Hi friends, I'm here with a yoga offering. This will be a short practice and I'm going to focus a little bit on calf stretching per request. So as always, go at your own pace, rest whenever you need to, modify anything you need to, feel free to skip things or change things if they're not working for you today. Let's start sitting. If you want to sit up on something, you might grab a blanket or a cushion or block. We'll begin with eyes closed. Start to slow down your breath. And just settle into your body, feeling what's right here, right now. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you. Let's begin with a side stretch. Right arm up and over, lean onto your left hand or elbow, reach through your fingers and start to circle that top arm, exploring the full range of motion for your shoulder. Finish up the circle you're on, coming back to your side stretch, and then curve your way forward, and we'll release down over the legs. That could be onto the hands, elbows, or all the way down. Just breathing into the shape you're in, feeling what's right here. And then walk your hands in, roll up, bring your hands to the floor behind you, fingers facing forward, roll your shoulders back, roll your elbows back, and then lift the chest. Take the chest as high as you can, sternum rising up. Let's release, come up, hands to knees, round back, lean away from hands on knees, drop your chin to your chest. And roll your way back up. Let's recross the leg so the other leg is in front or on top, left arm up and over. Reaching long through your fingers, grounding through both sit bones, and then a few big circles. Reach your arm as far back as you can. Finish up the circle you're on, coming back to a side stretch. And then curve your way forward again, releasing down over your legs, letting go. Let's walk the hands in, roll up. Hands to the floor behind us. Again, shoulders and elbows back. Lift the heart. And release. Come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from hands on knees. Drop your chin to your chest. And roll your way back up. Let's bring the feet to the floor, hip width apart, parallel. Shift your hands to the floor in front of your feet and take a little rock front to back. I'll just turn to the side so you can see me a little better. As you rock your weight forward, look for a stretch through your toes. As you rock back, heels don't need to come to the floor. You're just looking for a stretch through calves, ankles, Achilles tendon, and go as slow as you need to. It is possible to just go through the motions and not really be paying attention to what we're feeling as we do this physical practice. And when we bring our attention to it, there's so much to notice. So maybe slowing down a little bit. Let's drop the heels, lift the hips, and come to hang in Ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Maybe take a little sway or shake out here. If If you need a little more support through your arms, you could also rest elbows on thighs or hands on ankles. See if you can find a position where you're able to let the weight of your head really drop. Let's plant the hands near the front of the mat and step the feet back, coming into a high push-up position, plank pose. Feel the whole body in a straight, long line. And here you might get a calf stretch as well by reaching back through the heels a little bit. And then we'll shift weight forward to lower down, elbows hugging the sides of the body. Come into a little back bend, and that could be cobra or up dog, low or high. So just check in with your body. How's this feeling right now? Shoulders are back and down. You can test the waters, maybe a little movement. And then back to down dog. Lift the hips up and back, and let's bend one knee and press the opposite heel towards the floor. Stretching one calf and hamstring a little more than the other, and then switch. And you can go back and forth a few times. As you settle onto both feet evenly, your heels can be up or down, your knees bent or straight, finding how this works for you. Let's bend the knees. Look forward and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let your head release fully. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Please move at your pace. Take the time you need. We'll take 5 breaths. In down dog. And you could go back to pedaling out your feet if you like. You could also come to child's pose or sitting or some other neutral shape. Wherever you are, reestablishing slow, steady breath, reestablishing ease. Can you find ease where you are right now? Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Let's take the right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee. Now, if this would work better from hands and knees, feel free to do that. You could drop your left knee to the floor. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times. Big circles, both directions. Getting out all those clicks. Take your leg a little higher and then a big step forward. Let's take a low lunge. Drop the back knee, let the hips sink forward. If you want to pad your knee, you could either roll up the side of your mat or put a blanket or cushion under it. And if it's at all difficult to reach the floor and you have blocks, go ahead and grab those. Soup cans or books can work as well. Sink the hips forward, looking for a stretch on the front of the left hip. If when you do that, the angle is really tight on that front leg, try separating the distance between your legs a little bit more. Let's take the hips back now. inch the front foot forward and flex the toes back, hamstring stretch. Reaching through the head, through the sit bones, nice long spine, long torso. You might even look for a stretch on the calf here by pulling the toes back more. And again, as high as you need to. Use props if you have them. If this is too intense, you can always come higher. If you want to go deeper, go lower. Let's make our way to a pigeon pose. So one way to do that is bring your left hand to your right foot, bring it across your mat, and then shift your weight forward. And you might need to adjust the angle of that front leg, kind of finding your way to a good pigeon pose. Make sure you're on the center line of that back leg. And fold forward here. If props are useful, you might put something under your hip, your chest, your forehead. And self-massage in pigeon can be interesting. You could use one elbow to rub the arch. You could use both elbows to rub your calf. And I love remembering that anything that has been done before was at one point made up by a person. So I'm making this up right now. You're welcome to make up something else that works for you. So thinking of each shape as an opportunity to explore. What's it like to be in my body? What do I notice? Using that information to take good care of myself and be creative with how you do that. Doesn't have to be anything anyone told you, anything anyone's done before. Let's release and make our way back to down dog. So you could just step on back, or if you want to take a vinyasa or some movement transition, you're welcome. High to low push-up, up dog or cobra to down dog can be a great kind of palate cleanser between poses or sides. But you're welcome to move in the way that feels right for you. From down dog, let's take the left leg up, bend your knee in and start circling. This, again, could be from hands and knees if that works better for you right now. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle, big circles, trying to keep all the joints lubricated, full range. Take your leg a little higher and then a big step forward, low lunge. If your foot doesn't make it far enough forward, pick it up and bring it there. If you did grab blocks, go ahead and grab those again. Sinking hips and looking for a stretch on the front of the right hip. Sometimes the body naturally avoids tightness. It's very natural to want to avoid discomfort. So we want to keep looking for those unconscious release valves and go towards what's tight rather than away from it. So here, I might avoid this stretch by overarching my lower back or sending my hips back, but instead I want to actually tuck my tail, lift through the front, and get right into that right hip flexor, a place that can be tight on me and a lot of us. Let's take the hips back, hamstring stretch. You might inch the front foot forward, adjust your hands as high as you need to, right under shoulders, going in the direction of a flat back. And you pull your toes back to bring the stretch into your calf and hamstring a bit more. And then we'll release, making our way into a pigeon pose. So you can get there however you like. One way is to bring your right hand to your left foot, bring it across your mat, and then shift your weight forward. And then Find the angle, square off hips, add props if that's useful. If you experimented with a little self-massage on the other side, experiment again. You can give yourself just the right amount of pressure. You can use your elbow into the sole of your foot. You could use your hands or elbows or forearms on your calf. And if none of that is interesting or you don't feel like it, you can just rest into stillness or make something else up. Main thing is paying attention to what you're doing, using this as a practice in presence, exploring your body, learning by what you feel, what you find. Let's make our way back up to down dog. You can come through a vinyasa or not. Let's drop back to hands and knees, table. And again, if you want to pad your knees, put a blanket or cushion under there. We'll take the right leg back, toes tucked under, and press back through the right heel. And you can go forward and back. This is again another opportunity for a calf stretch. And then rotate the heel to the floor on the inside. Lift the right arm up for side plank, Vashisthasana. If there is a different variation of this you would prefer, you are welcome. There's lots of them. And then release. Let's come back through table. Tuck the left toes under and then press back and forth through the left heel. Calf stretch. Rotate the heel to the floor on the inside. Lift your arm up. Expanding. Light in what's touching the floor by lifting more. Take whatever variation you did on the first side. Release, come back to table. Let's tuck the toes and sit back on the heels. So this can be a very big stretch. If it's too much, don't do it. Skip anything that doesn't work for you. But here, while we're here, let's just interlace fingers in front. We'll put a little pressure between the arms, spreading the upper back. Release the arms, interlace behind your back, other thumb on top, open up the chest. It's a great stretch for the soles of the feet, can be good for sciatica. And then release. Let's untuck, cross the ankles, and come back onto our backs. So I'm gonna wind down this practice. Get us ready for Shavasana. If you want to keep practicing, that's always an option. You can just shut off the video and keep going on your own or do whatever you like. If you'd like to wind down, check in with your body, what's needed right now. I'm going to suggest a spinal twist, but you can do anything you want. Right knee to the chest, bring it across, open out through the right arm. Come back onto your back, bring both knees in. Grab the left knee, drop the right leg long, take it across. Roll back onto your back. One more time, little circle, rock, evening things out. And then just check in with the rest of your body. Is there any last pose, last stretch, self-massage? You could give your feet a little rub here. Could shake anything out. Could adjust your clothing, grab props, do whatever you need to do to get comfortable. I'm ready to take a few moments in stillness. Letting go of the control of your breath. Letting the weight of your body rest back. Letting go of all the doing, all the trying, and just simply being. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. You can move your wrists and ankles. And then take a big stretch out through your arms and legs. Bring your knees in. Roll to one side. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for practicing with me today. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. That practice was inspired by a request from Michelle. Hope you enjoyed that, Michelle. And please feel free to ask for what you want. I love having someone special in mind when I make these videos. It's helpful for inspiring me to offer content that's useful. Thanks.